Hey guys, Marsling here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so the data download on Global just hit, and yeah, it looks like we are following the schedule that everybody assumed maybe a week or so ago, before little things started to drop to maybe give hints or hopes and dreams that there was going to be a Global first or something like that. But we are getting the AGL Gohan. So AGL Gohan and the Garlic Jr. theme celebration is coming up next. Obviously, Dokkan Fest Kid Gohan, the side banner unit is the Garlic Jr. that awakens into Super Garlic Jr. And we're getting a new free-to-play Piccolo that awakens into Piccolo and Krillin. So this is going to be very, very interesting. I can confirm as well, our boy Dokkan Assets over here, as always, posting all the assets and stuff from the data download. And yes, the banner is going to have tickets, so big W for Global, as always. So there will be ticket packs available in the shop. Remember, these are the kind of tickets that you don't get for free. You buy them from the Pilaf Trove. Well, I guess technically we don't have the Pilaf Trove anymore. The shop has all just been combined into one. So we'll have to wait to see what kind of tickets they are. They often do the ones where it's like the 5-pack, where you just get a summon of 5 units, nothing guaranteed, and you can buy that multiple times. Or they sometimes do the one where you get like 10 or even 20 unit multi with like a guaranteed featured. We don't know the details of exactly what that is, but there are going to be tickets. So obviously this is a big W for people who spend on the game. You have the chance to pull the unit without even having to spend stones on the banner, and then you can go ahead and buy the sales and save those ready for the next one. So very, very exciting times. So we're obviously getting this AGL Gohan. I'll do a separate video more themed around like his banner in general, but he is very good. I think he's kind of underrated. Heavenly Events, the new category, is not the best category in the world, but it's certainly interesting. Combined with Bond of Master and Disciple, there's some interesting combos you can make there. Although obviously he only has a 150 lead for that. But leader skill aside, this unit is really good, and I think definitely worth having. He's not super hyped for a lot of people, and I don't know if I would necessarily put him on like must summon level, but he is really, really good. So he infinitely stacks defense on super, which is obviously great, does immense damage and has a medium chance to stun, so he has like super battle road utility as well. He has a unit super attack, where he not only does all of that stuff as well, he greatly raises attack for 1 turn, and his stun chance goes from medium to high. He can do his unit super when there is an ally whose name includes Piccolo or Krillin on the team. So they only have to be on the team. So obviously with him having Bond of Master and Disciple, that pretty much fits in most of the Piccolos. There are a couple of decent ones that you can use on there that will work well with him, like the Physical EZA one that just gives a ton of defense to allies. Like there's a few combos you can work in there. And obviously there is the new free-to-play card that comes out as well. So very, very decent, easy to get unit super attack. He also has his passive is defense 158, attack 158 when performing a super. Then he gets an additional attack and defense 58% when there's another Heavenly Events ally in the same turn. So then we're talking real big numbers. Then he gets an additional 58% attack and stuns the attacked enemy when performing a super after receiving an attack. So if you have him in slot 1, once his defense has been built up and everything, he gets extra attack, and if it is Super Battle Road, for example, he gets a guaranteed stun, which is very useful. And then he also gives all allies 3 key and 58% defense. So if the rest wasn't enough, you can fit this guy in on almost every category that he's on just as a support unit, because giving 3 key and 58% defense is pretty darn good, especially when, like, I mean, he's got decent links, nothing crazy. Like, he doesn't have Prepared for Battle, but he has the Innocence, Saiyan Warrior Race, all in the family, which is obviously a good link. Saiyan Lineage and Fierce Battle. Gaze of Respect is there for some Piccolo units, so there is some crossover there. So his links aren't the best. I guess he's kind of reminiscent of Tech Gohan, but like you could throw this guy on Tech Gohan's team as a floating support unit, and he's going to be off to the races. So he's very, very good. And then of course the side banner unit for his banner is Garlic Jr. He's a sub-lead for Heavenly Events. He has infinite attack stacking and does supreme damage on super. He has attack and defense 160, an additional attack and defense 60%, medium chance to stun when attacking super class enemies. So nice buff here. That goes up to what, like 220, which is very good, and a medium chance to stun. Extreme class allies 3 key and attack and defense 40%. Recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn in which an attack was received. So this guy's nuts. This guy, like, we've seen a good trend of support units as the side banner units recently, and they've been restricted to like a specific category, 3 key and 40%. This guy is straight up extreme class allies, 3 key and 40%. So he is on Resurrected Warriors, Transformation Boost, Dragon Ball Seekers, Time Travelers, Terrifying Conquerors, Revenge, and Heavenly Events. If you're building any of those teams to be largely extreme unit centric, then this guy becomes like a must-run support unit. His links are not the best overall, but he does have big bad bosses. He has Thirst for Conquest, Nightmare, and Fierce Battle, which are fairly common. Metamorphosis as well with someone like the Cooler and Janemba units. So actually his links aren't that bad, but I mean, having big bad bosses and giving 3 key and attack and defense 40%, I mean, well, what more do you need to know? And attacking a super class unit, he's got really high stats, he infinitely raises attack, so even as a third slot floating support unit, he's going to be really, really strong. So this banner, both of the units are super good support units, even if you don't care about running the new category. Obviously, Garlic Jr. goes into the general pool after this, but I don't think Gohan has returned yet on JP, but very strong units. And then we get the free Piccolo. Everyone was memeing about this guy when he came out because he's not on the Namekians category, which made it very obvious straight away that he was going to awaken. He comes from a free-to-play story event that we're going to get, so obviously a bunch of extra stones. You can see here he was released on the 31st of May on JP, and then the awakening, he awakens into Piccolo and Krillin, and that didn't come out for like over 2 weeks. So it's one of those cases where the story mode gets updated and then he gets his awakening. He is not one of those units that comes out straight away with an EZA though. So he's reasonably decent. Obviously he's mainly there to be like the perfect free-to-play option if you do pull the Gohan and you need a unit that can be on his team and activate his unit super attack. They do get a lot of buffs from having a Kid Gohan on the team or on the same turn. So, very decent. Obviously, we'll do videos for this guy when they actually drop. I don't know if I'll do one for the unawakened one, but let me know if that's something you guys care about seeing. And then, of course, his banner could change. Gogeta coming back is pretty hype, especially because Global is getting those Global First Great Ape EZAs. And so, of course, one of the teams that they're on is the Giant Ape Power, which Gogeta is the leader for. So, with the release of those EZAs, I could definitely see them leaving him on the banner. People like to downplay him a lot nowadays, but he is still a very strong unit and very fun to use. In future Gohan, funnily enough, I think he's one of the few Dokkan Fests that is as old as he is that I don't have Rainbow, so I'd kind of be okay with him staying on the banner. Piccolo being here makes sense, right, because it's Gohan banner, and Physical Piccolo is good. He gets underrated a lot now, but obviously he's quite old. And then we got like 13 and Turles, obviously both very old. Turles definitely in line for an EZA sometime along the line, you know, category lead starting to get them now, and he's going to be very, very strong post EZA, so I'm very excited for that. If we pull any copies of him from the banner, probably keep those to one side to be the SA fodder. So then I'm just going to go over here. Let me refresh this page because he's been posting the info. So our boy Luca Dokkan over here posted the info from the Great Ape EZAs. Oh, here we go. This is perfect. He's wrapped it up here. So Great Ape EZA details thread. So EZA Raditz. All types, key 4, attack and defense 50% is his lead. He greatly raises attack and defense to 1 turn on super and does supreme damage to the enemy. And then his passive, attack and defense 80%. Then he gets 15% attack and defense per key sphere obtained. And then he gets an additional 80% attack when performing a super if HP is 80% or less. It's kind of random, but definitely something that you'll see in like the Giant Form Super Battle Road, because very easy to drop below 80% HP. So 80% base attack and defense. Then he still has the nuking style passive, and then he greatly raises attack and defense on super attack. So this guy definitely, Raditz, could be very, very solid. Very looking forward to that. EZA Kid Goku, all types 3 key, HP, attack, defense 70%. He raises attack and defense, does supreme damage. So he's only a normal raises attack and defense. Attack and defense 80% at the start of the turn, and then an additional 80% when performing a super attack. Medium chance of launching an additional super when HP is 80% or less. So he only gets the normal raise instead of the greatly, but if you're below 80%, he could double super. And he's a physical unit anyway, so even with people that only have him at 55%, you could potentially triple super with him, which is looking pretty decent. And then we have the Great Ape Vegeta, all types 3 key, HP attack and defense 70%, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage, attack and defense 80% plus an additional attack and defense 80% when performing a super, then an additional 80% when HP is 80% or less. So they all have this 80% or less condition. Raditz gets a bunch of extra attack, Vegeta gets a bunch of extra attack, slightly more than Raditz, Goku gets the chance to do an additional super. They all have basically 80% like solid attack and defense in their passive, and then various different ways to raise that. The Vegeta definitely gets the biggest boost in terms of flat numbers, like getting just a straight up 80% extra when attacking. So if you are below 80% HP, he's getting 3 different boosts of 80% attack. So remember, Vegeta is a unit that has big bad bosses, so I'm very interested to see what his numbers are going to look like, because he could potentially hit some crazy levels. So all of the Great Ape EZAs, they're nothing crazy groundbreaking, but they do all seem like they will actually be solid units and be usable, and obviously that's what you want out of an EZA, right? So definitely excited to see those in game. So let me know what you guys think down below. Are you going to be summoning for Gohan? Are you going to be picking up the tickets? Maybe you're summoning just to try and get Garlic Jr. And let me know what you think of the Great Ape EZAs. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.